What is personal branding and how can it help you be successful in your career going forward? Now, I didn't have any idea what personal branding was, guys, until a year and a half ago. I follow a man on social media commonly known as Gary V. His full name is Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's the CEO of a company called VaynerMedia. Now, Gary wrote a book that I read called Crushing It. And what this book was, he was talking about the evolution of social media in marketing and how it at some point evolved to actually becoming your own personal brand. And what does personal brand mean? What personal brand means is what we used to call professional reputation mixed with networking. So the most common place that personal branding happens now for most people is on LinkedIn, because that's kind of like the social media of work. And personal branding could be as simple as anytime that you get a new job, that your current workplace moves into a new state, new territory, has a new product, whatever it happens to be. Anytime you reach any kind of a career accomplishment, you post that. Now, that doesn't seem like it'll have any kind of an effect for most people. But what it does is people that you follow in your industries and that follow you in your industries and that you've connected with, and if you simply make a habit of anytime you meet anybody through work, that you connect with them on LinkedIn, when you post these types of things and you comment on something, maybe you get on LinkedIn once a week for 10 to 15 minutes on Friday afternoon, for example. You can go through and comment on what you see of people's careers going during the week, and you're building a professional network. And what starts to happen then when you do this is these people also invite you to groups that they're in about shared interests that you have. And eventually it's going to lead to a point where you're kind of known in your industry as that certain role for your expertise. Now, the value of that is, let's say that your company goes under, your company has to do layoffs, that there's some great new opportunity. And before they just throw it out to market and start to recruit all over the place and spend money on recruiting, they think to themselves, oh, well, what about Bob? Like, Bob is really a great marketing manager, and I think he's been over where he's at for a long time. I don't think he's been able to get promoted. I think he'd be great for this new director of marketing role that we have. And you're known then in your industry for this. Now, not everybody's comfortable on video. So some people just do a LinkedIn post once a week or once a day. It takes 5 minutes and you have ChatGPT help if you need it, if you can't write, like I didn't used to be able to. Now I'm able to write most things pretty quickly and be done. I do one post a day there. The value of that is that it simply shows people that I'm an expert in my market. And, I'm always learning and growing. I don't know everything about my profession. I'm personally in HR and I'm always trying to get better and learn new things. But that allows me to be able to connect with people in my market. And then when it comes to any kind of HR opportunities that happen in the future, when it comes to people reaching out and you networking, all of that can be done on that platform in one way. And I will tell you that for me personally, it's driven a lot of opportunity. I've been able, through just making one post a day that takes about 5 minutes, I've been able to get speaking engagements that have even linked back to my current company. It's great stuff to be able to market yourself as a professional and an expert in your field. And I heavily encourage everybody, if you are really honest with yourself, if you think to yourself today, well, if my company had to do mass layoffs, or if they got bought by a competitor and they had to cut a certain vertical that I happen to be in, what would I do to get a new job? Would I be left to simply have to go on to Indeed, ZipRecruiter, all these sites and spend hours just trying to trudge, filling out hundreds of applications, hoping that somebody called me? Or would I have a professional network built up of people that I could go to that saw me as an expert that I'd be able to transition to? And if the answer to that is that you don't have that second choice that I just brought up, then that tells you have some work to do. And it's really insurance policy for yourself in your career that you always have a professional network built up of people that see you as an expert. And it just provides tremendous opportunity. And the other thing it does is it solidifies relationships for the people that are already coming as part of your job right now. Let's say you love your company, it's very stable, you're going to be there forever. Great. Now, you're still going to have clients. Whenever you meet a client, you should connect with them on LinkedIn, or a potential client, you should connect with them on LinkedIn, because that will start to build out your professional network of people that know you and feel that they can trust you because they've seen your content for a long time. I think it's very important. I think it's one of the biggest pillars in the future of business. And I want to know, this is a boring topic for most people. Personal branding, most people won't pay attention to it. But for those that are, I would say the book Crushing It by Barry Vaynerchuk. I just bought another book I haven't even read yet by Amelia Sordell. This one's called the Personal Branding Playbook. There's resources out there that you can also look at for free and be able to pick up some stuff on personal branding and build out your network on LinkedIn, because it's very important. Even if you never plan on leaving your current company or your current role, it's important to be able to solidify relationships with people at work and your clients and all of the business that you'll do going forward. Let me know if you actually think personal branding is as important as I do to the future of business. And if you don't, let me know why in the comments below now too. I'm interested to see what people think about this topic going forward.